Hi friends, welcome to Crack Grade B. We are back with yet another very important lecture on monetary policy. Monetary policy highlights. So this is very important and this will be very short and very informative video when it comes to monetary policy. So this video is strictly based on the monetary policy highlight that has been brought out by the RBI today morning, right? So let's begin with the lecture. So let us understand first monetary policy committee, right? So it's a six-member committee. The members six out of the six member, three members are from Government of India nominated, and three members are from the Reserve Bank of India, and the governor of the Reserve Bank of India is the chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee, right? So this committee meets every 2 months. So who are the members? Not so important, but still as a information you should know. Dr. Shashanka Bhire is from GOI, Government of India nominated. Dr. Ashima Goyal is from Government of India nominated. Professor Jayant R. Verma is from Government of India nominated. Dr. Mridul K. Sagar is from RBI. Dr. Michael D. Patra is from RBI. So, one deputy governor, one governor, and other member from the other nominated member from the Reserve Bank of India is the governor of RBI. Okay, so this was the fourth bi-monthly meeting. Fourth bi-monthly means every 2 months this committee meets and decides on the repo rate, right, and other factors. So this was the fourth report. So next meeting is on 6 to 8 December 2021, right? So let's move forward with the highlights. Repo rate unchanged at 4% for eighth meeting. So this is the eighth meeting where repo rate was unchanged at 4%, right? So since March 2020, 2020, 115 BPS basis point has been decreased in the repo rate, right? Now MPC maintains its accommodative stance. What is accommodative stance? So see, obviously RBI gives a hint to the market that what does RBI thinks of with the future, right? So accommodative stance means RBI will support growth, okay, and will not go ahead and change the repo rate in the future. But it is not like when the RBI says accommodative stance means in the next one RBI cannot raise the repo rate. But yes, it's not uncertain, it's so it's completely depend on the factors then, but still depending on the current situation, the stance is accommodative, which says that RBI is not in a mood to change the repo rate in the near future as well to support what? To support growth. To support growth. Now, reverse repo rate is at 3.3%. Okay, you will have to remember this. Repo rate 4%, reverse repo rate is 3.3%, 35%. MSF and bank rate is at 4.25%. So see, MSF and bank rate, so they are not always, defined. They are not always changed by the RBI. So these are automatically adjusted. Whatever the repo rate is, it will be repo rate plus 0.25 will be equal to MSF and bank rate. So whatever, it's 4% now, means 4 plus 0.25 is 4.25%. So MSF and bank rate is 4.25%. CRR and RRR stands at 4% and 18%. Okay. Now projection for real GDP retained at 9.5%. So it's retained means earlier also it was 9.5% for this financial year, right? And now also CPI inflation, it's projected at 5.3%, sir. And let us understand this few basic terms very quickly. What is repo rate? Okay, repo rate. So this is the rate at which the bank lends to the uh, commercial bank, means the central bank lends to the commercial bank, right? So let's say this is RBI. Okay, this is commercial bank. They are in need of money, so they will give what? Security, and they will take money. and the interest that is charged by the Reserve Bank of India to commercial bank will be repo rate, right? So when the repo rate is low, so this means the cost of borrowing for the commercial bank is low, and when the cost of borrowing for the commercial bank is low, they can lend that money further to me, to you, okay, to people like me and you, the corporates, in lower interest rate. And when they get the money in the lower interest rate, that supports growth, okay, because RBI wants people to spend. So when will people spend? When the cost of borrowing is less, right? Let's say I want to buy a mobile phone from through my credit card, right? So if my cost of borrowing is less, I will buy it now. But if my cost of borrowing is high, I will postpone it for maybe next 6 months, right? So this is how the economy works in terms of repo rate, right? So a slight difference in the repo rate has a effect on the economy, right? So I'm not explaining if the repo rate is goes if the repo rate is go up, then what happens. You can watch one of the video for monetary policy in our YouTube channel, where we have explained everything about repo rate there, right? Now let us understand what is reverse repo rate. What is reverse repo rate? Now let us understand reverse repo rate. It's the opposite. When the RBI is in need of money or wants to suck the liquidity from the economy, okay? So there is the excess liquidity rest. The excess liquidity rests with the commercial bank, usually the banks, right? The excess liquidity in the economy usually rests with the banks. So then RBI use this facility, reverse repo rate, to suck the liquidity from the commercial bank. This is reverse repo rate. Now you may think that this term, let me, repo rate and bank rate is same. No, they are not same. See, when repo rate is used, then there is a security in between, but this is a kind of loan given by RBI to the commercial banks, right? So it's a security. So that is the basic difference between repo rate. But if you see the definition, both the definition says that repo rate is a way where bank lends money from Reserve Bank of India. Bank rate is also a arrangement where bank lends money from Reserve Bank of India. But in case of repo rate, there is a security in between. But in case of bank rate, there is no security in between. It's a kind of loan, okay, where bank goes ahead and asks the money. It's a loan. So it's a very short term. So bank rate, MSF, these are very short term money, short-term arrangement, right? So let's move forward in the lecture and let us see some more highlights. Now, IMPS. So IMPS had a limit of rupees 2 lakh. Okay, rupees 2 lakh from online channel, from net banking, from uh, in the bank premise facility. The maximum was rupees 2 lakh. So it's a 24/7 immediate payment service, right? Immediately it will transfer from maybe my bank account to your bank account, from your bank account to your friend's bank account. So if you use the IMPS facility, the facility is chargeable. This is being managed by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India. The agency who manage UPI manage the IMPS as well. Don't confuse between IMPS and UPI. UPI is also 24/7. It is also transferred immediately, right? But UPI doesn't have any charge, whereas IMPS has. So the limit for IMPS is 2 lakh rupees. Okay, since Jan 2014. Yeah, since Jan 2014. Now it has been decided that the limit should be increased to 5 lakh rupees. Okay, channel other than SMS and IVRS. So for SMS and IVRS, it is still rupees 5,000. Okay, managed by whom? NPCI. It's a 24/7 facility. So what are the other payment facilities? It's RTGS. RTGS is managed by the Reserve Bank of India, right? Real-time cross settlement. So RTGS will take some few hours. Then there is an NEFT. Again, NEFT also takes some 2 to 3 hours. IMPS and UPI is immediate. Okay, so let's not discuss UPI here. This is IMPS. So 2 lakh from limit has been increased from 2 to 5 lakh rupees. Okay. Now, channel other than SMS and IVRs. For SMS and IVRs, it is still 5,000 rupees. Then the next one is as per an advisory committee by Shri Sudhir Srivastav. Okay. So this was a committee where the chairman was Shri Sudhir Srivastav has recommended the WMA limit for the state government totaling rupees 51,560 crore extended uh, that has been extended till 30 September 2021. Okay, this is completely on the uncertainties where every government, every state government in India and the central government is spending more and more money to uplift the economy. So they are not caring about the deficit as of now, but yes, they have to backfill the deficit, and this is the arrangement between RBI and the state government, rates and means advances, right? Where they backfill their deficit. So it was extended till 30 September 2021. But in today's monetary policy committee highlights, it has been further extended to 31st March 2020. Okay, so what's the new date? It's 31st March 2022. Okay, means this full financial year. Then a 3 year SLTR means a special long-term repo operations. Okay, so facility of rupees 10,000 crore at reverse repo rate, at repo rate was made available to them in May 2021. Okay, to be deployed for further for fresh lending up to 10 lakh per borrower. This facility was available till 31st October 2021, and this has been again extended to 31st December 2021. So the calendar year of 2021 it has been extended. Okay, now what is SLTR, special long term repo operation? See, repo rate, bank rate, all these arrangements are very short term in nature. Okay, so let's not go ahead and discuss those things because we have already done it. Go ahead and watch that video, everything will get clear. What is SLTR? It's a long term operation, right? In the name itself, special long term repo operations at repo rate. Okay, so it's a special kind of thing which has been extended till 31st December 2021. Then the next one, GSAP has been stopped as of now. Okay, GSAP, you must watch the video in our YouTube channel. Okay, GSAP. So where government has, in the last 2 quarters, 2.2 trillion money has been infused in the economy using this arrangement, GSAP. It has been stopped as of now. Okay, then internal ombudsman scheme to address the grievance of large customer. So this scheme has been introduced to NBFC customers as well, to large NBFC customers, right? So with this, the highlights of the monetary policy has completed. We wish you very good luck for your examination. I hope you are preparing well. Thank you for watching the video. Before I say goodbye, I would like to remind you to visit the website and look up on our course for NABARD Grade A and Grade B. Right. So this is one of the most economical and best course available in the country. Why I say the best course? We would not say, rather we would ask you to go ahead and check by yourself by downloading the app from Google Play Store and going to our YouTube channel. You can find some uh, reviews of the students who are working on the respective organization, and they have given the review of our course in a video. So you can watch them and make a fair decision. With this, thank you and happy learning. Let's meet in the other lecture.